Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about just something that's not really well covered in our prezi because it's not all that important for the as far as regards specifically to Italy. And then I'm also going to talk about the specific politicians, Berlusconi and Mario Monti, that are very important as far as the euro crisis goes in Italy. So the first thing is the origins of the euro crisis originally. So the euro was implemented in the late 90s and the early 2000s, and it's a single currency across all the European Union. And that means that when prices get out of line in different countries, then that can lead to serious problems in the way that it doesn't happen in the United States. So if what happened in Italy and the other southern European countries is that prices rose much higher, much faster than in Germany. So Germany exported a lot of goods to the southern European um, countries, and now since this wasn't necessarily a bad thing until a recession happened, and the prices are still out of line. So the southern European countries have to somehow get that back in line, and the best way to do that is through inflation, which the European Central Bank isn't letting happen. So because of that, the southern European countries and Italy have to basically do austerity in order to offset. And austerity is very bad for the economy as well. So that's really why they've chosen to go down this path. And that's the reasons behind a lot of the problems in all the southern European countries today. So, talking specifically about some of the Italian leaders, Silvio Berlusconi obviously was the leader until late in 2011. It's pretty clear that the problems with him specifically started in around mid 2011 when he was in serious trouble with a lot of scandals, and also he saw the writing on the wall when there was the other Southern European leaders, Portugal especially, when he was ousted. And so he was ousted in November 2011, just a few days after the Greek leader was ousted, and it was largely because he was basically unworkable for the European. He had to go in order for them to sign a deal giving aid to Italy. So Mario Monti came in. Mario Monti is a sort of a technocrat, someone who isn't really involved in the politics so much as the policy side. He is been sort of a reformer a little bit, definitely pushing through the austerity that the Europeans wanted. So because of that, Europe has been giving more aid to Italy, which is always a good thing. The austerity itself hasn't necessarily been working though. Here on the graph, obviously we have the chart of the bond yields, and there are some events that correspond to that, not necessarily ones I'm going to talk about. But just both of the it's really important because both of the leaders sort of represent different paths for Italy. I mean, Silvio Berlusconi is the old Italian politics, deal making and corruption and things like that, in order to get ahead. And his most recent conviction is only one of the many he should have been convicted of. That's been a real drag and corruption in general has been a real drag on the political process in Italy. It's really hurt it. And I guess Mario Monti represents some hope for sort of a more Northern European way of doing politics, where it's not based around who you know. It's based around the actual implementations of the policies. So that's I guess a little bit of hope there. And so that's pretty much both the origins of the euro crisis and the major Italian politicians related to the austerity package.